Welcome to the channel, gamers. I'm Paid to be famous. You guys can call me Paid. In today's video, we're taking a look at a brand new pulse rifle called the Different Times. What are the perks? What are the stats? Is this thing any good in the Crucible? That's what we're going to get to the bottom of in today's video. But before we get into it, check out this graph right here. If you're watching this, you're probably not subscribed. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do. And to be perfectly honest, you probably won't even get notifications in your sub box. So you'll only benefit from subscribing to the channel for that sweet, sweet D2 crispy content. So Guardians, let's get into this. The Different Times is a legendary kinetic pulse rifle, and it actually does strand damage. It's a rapid fire frame firing at 540 rounds per minute. In the Crucible, you guys are doing 14 to the body and 23.75 to the head for an optimal kill time of 0.8 seconds with 8 crits in one body, and that's on Guardians from tier 10 to tier 8 resilience. But if they're rocking tier 4 or below on their resilience, you're getting optimal kill time of 0.73 seconds, but you have to land all 8 crits. Now right away, we're comparing this to some other rapid fire pulse rifles in the kinetic slot. We've got the Autumn Wind and the Peace of Mind, and like a lot of the newer weapons that are Taken themed, they seem to be a lot worse than other options that we have when it comes to the stats. As you can see, the Different Times pulse rifle is worse in every single stat except for airborne effectiveness, which is kind of disappointing, but hey, what are you gonna do? Thank you, Bungie. The only saving grace about this pulse rifle is that it's in the kinetic slot and it does strand damage. The Autumn Wind and the Peace of Mind only do kinetic damage, so the Different Times can synergize with your strand builds. So hey, I guess we got that going for it. Now, when it comes to the barrel options, the base recoil direction on this is 52, which is really low for a pulse rifle, so I would say go with arrowhead brake. It's going to give you a plus 30 to recoil direction and plus 10 to your handling. It's going to bring that recoil direction up to 82, which is much more manageable. For the magazine options, the top 3 for me are armor piercing, high cal, and ricochet rounds. I would actually go with ricochet rounds for that plus 5 in range and plus 10 stability. Then in the first column of trait perks, you've got subsistence, stats for all, offhand strike, invisible hand, heating up, moving target, and outlaw. For the Crucible, you've got moving target, which is going to add 10 aim assist and a 2.5 reduced aiming down sight speed. And then you've got heating up, my #1 choice for PvP. On a weapon kill, you gain 15% accuracy cone growth, 15 stability, and 20 recoil direction per stack. So at base, you have 39 stability and 52 recoil direction. But if you're able to get heating up ×2, your stability goes all the way up to 69. Nice. And a 92 recoil direction, which really helps you out. And you can even go with a different barrel besides arrowhead brake and go with something like more range for your barrel, like hammer forged or full bore, because heating up is going to completely offset that. And then for any PvE rolls, stats for all looks good. When you damage 3 enemies, you're going to get 10 stability, 35 handling, 10 range, 5% increased damage fall off distance, 35 reload speed, and a 0.95 reload duration multiplier. So you're going to get a lot of stats, and that's not very hard to proc in PvE. And other very good options are subsistence and outlaw for that faster reload. And in the last column of perks, you have adrenaline junkie, focus fury, collective action, multi-kill clip, golden tricorn, headseeker, and hatchling. The top pick for the Crucible is going to be headseeker. Headseeker states that body shots landed with this weapon increase precision damage and aim assist for a short duration. So if you're like me and can't hit your crits, it's an S tier perk for the Crucible. And another really good option for the Crucible is actually the new perk called Collective Action. This states that collecting elemental pickups or throwing a strand tangle grants a 20% increase to damage for 6 seconds. And the reason this is really good is because you don't actually have to get a kill to get it to proc. And like I said earlier in the video, normally with this pulse rifle, you're doing 14 to the body, 23.75 to the head for an optimal kill time of 0.8 seconds. But once you get this procced, you're doing 16.8 to the body and 28.49 to the head, and it lowers your TTK to an optimal TTK of 0.73 on tier 10 resilience Guardians, and if they're below tier 10, it actually drops the TTK even more to a 0.67, which is lightning fast for a rapid fire pulse. And when it comes to PvE, there are a lot of good options. You got Adrenaline Junkie for a 33% increase in damage when you get a ×5 stack. You've got Multi-Kill Clip for a 50% increase in damage when you get a ×3 stack. Golden Tricorn also gives you a 50% increase in damage when you get a kill matching your elemental subclass with a melee or grenade. And then for those Threadling builds, you have Hatchling, which will spawn a little Threadling every time you get a precision kill. And then we also can't forget to mention the origin trait Unsated Hunger. increases handling, reload speed, and stability when you have no abilities fully charged. So if you're like me, you're always spamming your abilities. So there is a lot of uptime on this. And that is pretty much going to do it for the review. My thoughts on this: there definitely are better options for PvP. I wouldn't be using this thing over something like the Autumn Wind or the Peace of Mind. Those are much better in my opinion for the Crucible. But for PvE, this is a good option for a rapid fire. Like I said, it synergizes with Strand. And for the God roll, I would go with something like Arrowhead Break or Hammer Forged, depending on if you wanted more recoil direction or more range. It's up to you. Personally, I would go with Hammer Forged. I would go with Ricochet Rounds for the magazine, Heating Up for the first perk, and Head Seeker in the last column, just to be more consistent for those 1v1s. But if you like stacking damage, Collective Action is a really good option in the last perk column too. And then I would go with a Range Masterwork and a Counterbalance Stock, just to keep the recoil direction really high at all times. So Guardians, if you guys are new here and found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Destiny 2 God Roll guides. Subscribe to me over on Twitch for the live streams, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh boy, we got him. Oh, sorry, sir. Did I just kill you by shooting those? Oh, sweet business. That's none of your business, sir. Oh, he's got Telesto. Telest, no. Oh, he's got Graviton. Oh, what the f was the kind of movement was that? Get me out of there. He was gonna try to shotgun me. Thank you for the team.
Finish this. The howls of one. Return to the fight.
You can't see.
Strike as one.
Got him in the back of the head while he was running away. Oh.